Offshore. There's a heavy weight on there. I mean, you got enough line, you got enough backing, enough. That mono can hold a fish. You sure he didn't come off? Yeah. Right. He wasn't on there. Hey, real quick before the video starts, I wanted to give you kind of a prelude. Jason Gore called me and said, Slick, I got some new lures I want you to try out. And I was like, all right. He said, I'm going to send you a couple. I said, all right, what's new about them? He said, it's the same lures that I've always used or made, but I've added a new feature to it. I think you're going to like it. So pay attention to the video. Check out these new skirts he made. Let's go fishing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. We're on Tobacco Dog again today with Justin. And Chop, you guys remember him? He used to fish with me a lot. He doesn't fish anymore. We want a wahoo fish today, but I ran across this edge. And I couldn't pass it up. I had to stop. So here we are. We went from about 81.5 degrees to about 83, like in a split second. We're a little shallow. We're only in 22 fathoms. I'm going to be deeper than this, but it's that time of the year. You know, we're getting into the fall, so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not gonna pass this up without fishing it at least for a half hour or so. A lot of life out here, a lot of birds, a lot of bait. There was some bait showering earlier, but by the time we got all our stuff deployed, it went back down. So stick with us. We're running a planer. We're running some Gores offshore, some short rigger battle axe sea witches, just like a normal spread. And we might put a plug out and see if we can catch a sailfish later. We'll see. Not sure right now. Anyway, hopefully it will be tight next time you see us. Just missed one on the planer. We have been fishing for at least 2 hours. My buddy JR, he's got 3 or 4 in the box already. He's right up in front of us, and we're fishing the same water, pulling the same stuff as him. It's not getting bit. It's just how those days go. But we did just get a bite. Missed him. He's short strike. Justin's re-rigging now. Of course, it was a planer bite. It was at 47 fathoms. So that's where I'm sticking to right now. What I'm doing is I'm going east and west, up and down the bank, like working my way up. I'm not just going north or just going south trying to follow the break. I'm weaving in and out from offshore to inshore, staying in between 50 fathoms and about 38, 37 fathoms. Planer's going out. We're running one squid chain teaser. There's a lot of sails out here yesterday. I mean, I think they were in deeper water, but just in case, we're only running one squid chain teaser. And we're running 2 shorts. They are Gore's Offshores. Gore's Offshore on the planer. We're running 2 sea witches up top on the longs. Oh, and we got a trolling weight right here, a 24 ounce I think, or a 16 ounce trolling weight on this corner. This corner bait right here, which usually that would be your flat line, but that's what we're doing. Having trouble setting this planer today. I don't know if it's so much current or what. There it goes. Once she sets though, she digs in, she's in there.
How far?
How long did you count when you let it out, or did you count it off? I usually let it out 7 seconds, like 7 whole seconds. So if you probably let it out 3, didn't you? That's how far I put my planer out, 7 seconds. As soon as it hits the water, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, get all the way to 7, lock it in, snag her down. Sometimes she won't snag on that when you first drop it, so I'll reel it in 3 cranks, no more than 5 cranks. And then I'll use my hand to pull on the line and try to snatch it, and usually it'll set right then. It just depends on how your current is. All right, we are at 44.5 fathoms. Leave a comment underneath this on what depth you catch most of your wahoo in, and then leave another comment to tell Justin to sell me this boat for half of what he told me he would sell it to me. Just kidding. Let's go fishing. All right, y'all. Very slow. We still haven't been bit yet. So I'm going to show you how I stick a ballyhoo on a rig. When we do a ballyhoo, I got Trevor running the camera. I'm going to put a ballyhoo on a rig, and then I'm going to show you Gore's Offshore's new lure that he just came up with. So follow me back here. You got a rubber band. Ballyhoo rig, what we call a pin rig. Use chin weights, number 9 wire. This is 3 pulls of number 9 wire, and when I say pulls, I mean like pulls. So it's approximately 18 feet if you have a 6-foot wingspan. This is our prep ballyhoo. If you want to see how to prep ballyhoo, I've already made that video. Go back and check that out. I'm going to take this hook. I want this chin weight to be in his chin, underneath his eyeball, just like that, with the pin sticking out through his nose, and I want the hook to come out right there. So what I usually do is I grab it, right where the hook is going to come out, I stick my thumb there, then I go in behind the gills, pull my hook out right where my thumb was, stick my pin through there, just like so. I use rubber bands, I don't use springs. A lot of people use springs, I use rubber bands. Take my rubber band, I wrap it around a few times, put it right back over the pin. Now, that's that. Now I'm going to show you Jason Gore's new lure he came out with. Heavy one. All right. Well, these new lures he came out with, American made products. He makes these in-house himself. These aren't ordered off of eBay or Temu and then painted or nothing. He actually CNCs these and he makes them. If you look in the back of this lure, right here you see a slot. This is for the pin. What this does is creates no room for error when this bait is swimming. You take this lure and you find that slot, and it slides right over the pin. We'll try to get this out of stuff out of the way so you can see. See that slot? It slides right over. There's no room for error. This thing will swim true every single time, no matter what. We take that, we drop it in the water, pull it at 6.5, up to 8 knots. What I like is I slow troll, or you can put it behind a big trolling lid, and you can pull it 10 knots, even 12 knots. I wouldn't do that with dead bait because it'll wash out. Make a loop for our haywire twist. We'll connect this with a snap swivel. I make approximately 4 haywire twists, and then I make about 5 barrel wraps. Just like that. I don't cut that. I don't use pliers to cut that. I bend this back and forth, and I break it off. Now when you do that, that leaves a smooth finish right there. It doesn't snag on anything. If you cut this off with pliers, it'll get snagged. It'll cut your fingers. It'll get snagged on anything it touches. It'll pick up grass. Always break it off. Then we connect our snap swivel to that, and we're good to go. This color right here is actually, I think, what he calls blackfin. Black, gold, purple. So, Gore's Offshore. Hopefully when we come back, we'll be tight. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey y'all, so while I'm thinking about it, I never do this, so I'm going to explain to you how I use setfish. So I pull up a shot, let's say 2 or 3 days beforehand on the calendar. If you look on the bottom right hand side of your setfish, or not your icon, but your map, when you're looking at your map, there is a calendar on the bottom right hand side. You click on that calendar and you can go back, you know, however many days you want to, or however many shots you want to. I'll go back on those shots and I'll watch shots, and I will watch the speed of a temperature break or an eddy as it works its way up the continental shelf from south to north along our coast, you know, with the Gulf Stream, with the flow of the Gulf Stream. And what I do is I'll find the edge that I like, that is the most attractive to me, and I will use that, and I will try to plan ahead. So if it's taken a day to move, say 5 miles, then I know in 2 days it's moved 10 miles, you know, on mathematically figuring. So with the shot that I was looking at, you can pretty much guess by me just telling you what I just told you exactly where we were whenever we set lines out. Now, if you look at the picture, I marked on the photo a line of where my track of my boat went as we went south. So where the X is on that line, the cross, that's where I dropped my baits in the water. The reason I did that is because I was guessing that the edge of that eddy or that current had moved up the break a little bit. And when I did drop, that's, if you pay attention to the very first part of this video, you can see where I'm on the temperature break. That is not it. That is a completely different break. So anyway, getting back to it, I drop my baits before I get to where I think the temperature break is going to be, and then I work my way towards it. Once I get to it and I find it, and if it looks good, then I'll stay there and mow the grass, as we call it, or plow the field, which is what I did on this day, and it panned out. You know, we fished for 3 hours before we ever got bit, so it works out. And satfish is, I mean, I do not leave without having a shot, or at least studying the satfish for the day or two prior before we go fishing. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information on that and how I use it, and hopefully if I get enough interest in it, I'll make a video on how to actually use satfish along with currents and chlorophyll and temperature breaks and winds and all that stuff, because it all adds up. At the end of the day, fishing is science with a little bit of luck. So you have to use every tool that you can. You know, information is definitely the biggest key, but gathering your own information when people don't want to talk is key to your personal success when you're out there on the water. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of information. Let's go ahead and get back to fishing.
Good gas out, buddy. We were about 41 fathoms, Mike.
Tiny little fella.
Hey, he's in the boat.
All right, lay him down on the deck real carefully. Here, you got.
You got flyers?
Come on to the front, buddy. Go ahead and carry him up here.
Ready? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. brother. Ready to go? How far you going? You got it.
Back it off.
Killing them wahoo.
Killing them wahoo.
Oh, dude, that was a mess, son. That's a shit, and that line was in my hand.
Still running?
Yeah. Cut the line.
That's why we do it.
All right.
I'd love to keep talking, but let's go fish.
Top belly. Y'all can have it, dog. Y'all can have it.
Welcome to the show, though. And that's 4. Just like that, from 0 to hero. I gotta get this boat turned around. And that pretty much wraps up that video. We trolled for another 30 minutes or so, maybe 45 minutes at the most, but Mr. Danny, he was ready to get back to the house. Another good, successful day. We used Satfish, and we read the shot, and I've been watching the shot, you know, every time we go fishing, I watch the shot all week beforehand, and there was an eddy of water up north, and the guys were killing the billfish. I mean, I think they had like 128 Friday, 126 on Thursday, or vice versa. I can't remember. So anyway, what we did was I tried to stay away from the crowd. I found a new eddy coming up from down south, and we wouldn't hit the top edge of that eddy, and it worked out perfect. A lot of boats didn't catch fish that day. A few boats did, and luckily we were one of the few. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I drop new videos. We love you guys. Peace out.